President Trump has declared ending the war in Ukraine a top priority, aiming to achieve this by spring. According to The Independent, his focus is on securing a deal beneficial to Ukraine, highlighted by inviting the leader of Zelensky's Servant of the People party, Davyd Arakhamia, to his inauguration. An official meeting with President Zelenskyy to discuss a pathway to peace is expected soon. During his campaign, Trump promised to end this war in the first 24 hours, raising significant expectations for swift action. The responsibility of fulfilling that promise now lies with his administration, as Secretary Marco Rubio explained.
Secretary Rubio, one of the many things that President Trump said during his campaign run was that he would end the war in Ukraine on day one. That did not happen. How do you reconcile with the fact that he made a lot of promises and now it might be up to you and the team to keep these promises?
The conflict needs to end, and it's the policy of the United States that we want it to end. We want to do everything we can to help it end. We are going to engage in making it end and in a way that is sustainable, meaning we don't just want the conflict to end and then restart in 2, 3, or 4 years down the road. We want to bring stability. We have a lot of important and pressing issues around the world, and I think everyone should wake up this morning and be very happy that we have elected as our 47th president a man in Donald J. Trump that wants to promote peace in the world and bring it to the end of these conflicts.
As Trump took office, the war in Ukraine became a top priority. He stated that Zelenskyy is ready to negotiate, but expressed skepticism on Putin's willingness to engage in any real talks. He warned that Russia would face severe consequences, including potential economic and political instability if no deal is reached.
He's told me he wants to make a deal. Zelenskyy wants to make a deal. I don't know if Putin does. He might not. He should make a deal. I think he's destroying Russia by not making a deal. I think Russia's going to be in big trouble.
Later, speaking via video link at the Davos summit, Trump made a bold claim suggesting that the war in Ukraine would end immediately if oil prices dropped. He also expressed a desire to meet with Vladimir Putin as soon as possible to discuss potential resolutions to end the war. The US president suggested that lowering oil prices could bring an immediate end to the war, a claim linked to Russia's heavy reliance on energy exports to finance its military actions.
And I'm also going to ask Saudi Arabia and OPEC to bring down the cost of oil. You got to bring it down. If the price came down, the Russia-Ukraine war would end immediately.
President Zelenskyy shared his thoughts on the White House's ambitious stance on ending the war in Ukraine. While acknowledging Trump's strong and direct messaging, Zelenskyy also pointed out the lack of clarity, raising doubts about Russia's willingness to engage in meaningful negotiations.
I think there is a signal of a strong leader. He doesn't fire shots in the air as warnings, he sends a direct message. He says he truly wants to end the war, but for now, we don't know how that will happen. We don't know the details. I think even President Trump doesn't know all the details yet. What kind of fair peace can we achieve, and does Putin even want to end the war at all? In my opinion, he doesn't. I think Trump understands all these challenges and simply says the war must end or it will get worse. He means it will get worse for Russia. Today, I find this approach appealing.
However, many unanswered questions remain. How will the new administration address the complex realities of Russia's non-compliance, Ukraine's appeal for justice, and broader geopolitical challenges? The world is watching closely as Trump's ambitious vision is tested by the harsh realities of diplomacy and war.